Yo. Hello. I hope the wind not messing up my video. So I can hear the wind blowing. But I wanted to record today about learning how to transmute. Wind blowing. I want to record today about transmuting energy. And how do you transmute energy and why is it important? And so I want to talk about this topic because I feel like this is what the world needs right now. I feel like we are so distracted by the things that are going on around us, and I have noticed lately in my communications with people around me that a lot of them are going through a lot of trials and tribulations or problems and things that's been coming up in the forefront of their situations, and I just felt like this was something that needed to be addressed because we are all on a healing journey, most of us anyway, and it's very important to understand and know how to heal properly. And so I speak life, love, and positive energy all the time. And so in doing so, I wanted to elaborate on how I choose to transmute energy. So I was having a conversation with my son. We was in the backyard. We played a couple games of basketball. And, you know, I was talking to him because I was trying to get him to help me figure out how to do something on my phone. And I couldn't figure it out. He was just smiling, just be patient with it, whatever the case may be. And so in the process, he asked me, what are you trying to improve? I was telling him about a situation that occurred when I was younger and how that situation was affecting me in my present current life. And I couldn't understand why it was coming up. Like, what is this issue? Why am I thinking about this person? Why am I even thinking about this situation when this situation happened over 7-8 years ago? Like, it shouldn't be bothering me, right? And so, I was telling him, like, what I chose to do to change how I was feeling. Because I told you before, we are in control of our energy. We're in control of our energy. We're in control of our emotions. We're in control of our thoughts. And so, if we are in control of our energy, our emotion, and our thoughts, then we should be able to know how to transmute our energy. And in doing so, what that means is that when someone is doing something or has done something hurtful or harmful or negative, let's go this way, hurtful or harmful or negative to you, the last thing you want to do is return the favor. I know I said this yesterday, that maybe it was yesterday before yesterday, I don't know, one of my videos I was saying it, that you have to learn how to turn the other cheek. Sure. You have to learn how to turn the other cheek. And so when you learn to turn the other cheek, what that means is that you're learning how to rise above as opposed to stooping below or bringing yourself down on the level in which the person or whoever you're interacting with is causing you to feel how you're feeling. So what that means is that, okay, I'll give you an example. I had a young lady steal some money from me, and I knew it was her. Like, I knew it was her, because we were the only two people in the office. She watched me put my money away. I walked out of the office. 5 minutes later, I come back, my money gone. So, you know, I addressed her. You know, did you take my money? I'm not going to accuse you. I'm going to ask you, did you take it? Okay. She says no, which I already know it was her. I'm not going to argue with you about it because I already know you did it. I just want to see if you're going to tell me the truth. Okay, now that you're not telling me the truth, I know that you're not a truthful person and that you're an untrustworthy person because I can't trust you around my belongings because I watched you go in my wallet and take my shit. Okay? Now, I still have to work with this individual, right? And mind you, this happened years ago. I still got to work with this individual. And so in the process of having to work with this individual, just because I know these things about you don't mean I'm going to treat you any different. It don't mean I'm going to be mean to you. It don't mean I'm going to be cruel to you. It don't mean I'm going to be hurtful to you. It don't mean I'm going to be unkind to you. I just know now not to leave certain things around you and not to allow myself to be vulnerable in that aspect of in that manner, that way. So I still treat her the same way. I still befriend her. I still took under my wing. I still looked out for her. I still made sure she was good. And I prayed and I asked God, God, don't let me be angry about what she did. What can I do to help me not be angry about what she did? And so it was laid on my heart, basically, to forgive her. Okay, and what forgiving her means is that, okay, accepting what she did, acknowledging what she did, and saying, okay, there had to be a reason why you did what you did. Now, your reasoning could be whatever your reason was. You may have needed it more than I did. And if that's the case, I know that God's going to return whatever it is you took from me. Because it was for me, is me, and what's for you will be for you. Whether you stole it, whether it was given to you, whatever. What's for you is going to be for you. And that goes around, like they say, with karma. What goes around comes around. What you give out is what you get back. So when you're transmuting energy, a lot of times people do stuff to trigger you, to get under your skin, to agitate you, to irritate you, to annoy you, to pick with you, to, just press your buttons. And so when people do these things and they know that it gets to you, you have to learn how to protect and guard yourself so that every time they do it, it don't get to you no more. You got to go back to the beginning, period, or moment, or point in time when that situation first occurred, when that emotion or that experience or that feeling first occurred to you. It first happened to you. And when you go to that moment, you say to yourself at that point in time, I forgive you for not being strong enough or feeling like you were not strong enough to protect yourself in that area or have the right mindset or have the right, response or whatever the case may be at that point in time. Going forward, I choose and I will respond differently. And in responding differently, this is how I will respond. And you state exactly how you're going to respond the next time that situation or that experience comes up or that circumstance comes up. And so in this particular situation with this young lady, I forgave her. And, we wound up being friends for a while. She wound up, having a situation where she, couldn't take care of herself or her children. And excuse me. And she needed somewhere to stay. I let her stay with me, whatever the case would be. I looked out for her, you feel me? And then she, got on her feet and was good. And a while later, she came back. She came to visit. We was hanging out, and she stole stuff out my house. And that was the last straw for me because it's like, I forgave you for your transgressions the first time. And I understood that you were in a situation that you needed help. And now you may be in a situation again and you need help. And like I explained to her, all you have to do is ask. A lot of times people get themselves in things because they're being impulsive and they're not thinking when all you got to do is ask. And so instead of me beating the brakes off this girl, I told her, like, look, I'm going to take you out to court. I'm just going to see you. You're going to give me back what you owe me. And you can just keep it on moving. Our friendship is done. We're no longer friends. I no longer trust you. I no longer respect you. I still love you. I just no longer want to interact or engage with you ever again. Because you are showing me and you have shown me that you are an untrustworthy person. Although I know you did it before, I forgave you for your transgressions and I showed you who I was and I showed you the type of person I am because I still took you and let you live with me the whole nine. I made sure you was good. I babysat your kids, fed your kids, picked your kids up from school when you got your new job. The whole nine. Did it. I looked out for you. But then you come in my home after the fact and you still steal from me. You rob me. So it's like, okay, I forgive you, but you going to give me what's mine. Okay, so she give me my shit. We go to court or whatever. She give me my shit. Keep it moving. Now, ain't no beef. I haven't talked to the girl ever since. Now, fast forward to the current situation that I was talking to my son about in regards to this other person who shall not be named. Because I feel like I'm not going to name nobody. I don't need nobody to be named. They know who they are. So, anyway, this particular person did a lot worse stuff. And so I told my son, like, if I see it, it's on site. On site. I'm knocking her off on site. And so I was explaining to my son, I'm like, I was really laying in my bed and I was thinking about it and I was saying, like, on site, I'm going to beat the brakes out this girl, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to carry myself that way anymore. I don't want to carry this weight. Because I was talking about this in our video about holding grudges. And when you hold grudges, that means you're holding on to something that somebody did to you. You're holding on to energy. You're holding on to baggage. You're carrying baggage. You are carrying energetic weight. And that energetic weight can show up in different ways. It can show up in how your body feel, how you flowing, how you moving. It can show up in your demeanor. It can show up in your attitude. It can show up in how you interact with people around you. Why do I want to portray myself a certain way or carry myself a certain way because of what somebody else did to me? That means I'm letting you rent space in my head. That means I'm giving my power away. If I'm moving in light, love, and positive energy, I need to always act and move in light, love, and positive energy. Even when shit hurts, even when people are unkind to me, I always have to move with compassion. Because I want people to give me compassion. Just because I want them to give it to me, they're going to give it to me. No. But you got to remember that people are not the only ones watching you. Everybody that's around you is not the only one watching you. Spirit is watching you. God is watching you. You know what I'm saying? Ancestors, they watching you. It's shit around us that's watching us. And then you got people that actually is around you that watch and see how you move and how you do things. So it's like, yo, am I going to be true to my word? Or am I going to be something that I know I'm not? So I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to transmute that energy. I am going to choose to look past your hurt and your pain and your negativity and look for the light in you. Even though you may not be operating in your light, I'm going to look for the light in you, and I'm going to honor the light in you, and I'm going to forgive the light in you, and pray that God heals the darkness in you and shines light in the area in you that you don't have that light in, so that you may be able to see where you fell short. Now, if you choose, because now I done took it off of me and gave it back to you, because what's not mine, I don't want it. Now it's on you, for you to choose to decide how you're going to move, how you're going to respond, how you're going to react, how you're going to be able to express or whatever it is in your life. It's not on me no more because I took it off of me and gave it back to you. I don't want to own anything that don't belong to me. And if walking around being angry with somebody or wanting to beat somebody up or just I don't fuck with her because she did da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm holding on to it. So why do I want to do that? That's weighing me down. I don't want to be weighed down. The whole point is to be light as a feather. Your heart should be light as a feather. And to make your heart light as a feather, that means you have to forgive. You have to let go. You have to understand and recognize that the version of them that they were in that moment is just who they were at that moment. That's who they was. And that might not be who they are now, but that's who they were, and who you were is who you were. So go back to that moment, go back to who you were, and recognize who you were, and forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now. And allow yourself to release and let go of the things that hurt you. Your hurts and your pains are from people lacking the ability to love you and appreciate you or acknowledge you in a manner in which you needed to be loved, appreciated, and acknowledged in that particular moment, space, and time, or continuum. And in order for you to get unstuck from that point, you got to forgive yourself. You got to be able to go back and remember that moment. Remember that experience. Remember that situation, that circumstance, and say to yourself, I forgive you for not knowing what you now know. And say to yourself, I give you permission to release it and let it go. And when releasing and letting go, we will no longer hold on to that hurt and pain. We will now acknowledge the lesson that I was supposed to learn in that moment and move on. And so the lesson that I learned from dealing with that young lady, both young ladies, in fact, because both of them was two different situations. With the first young lady, how you doing? The lesson was to learn to have boundaries and standards. Yes, I wanted to help her. Yes, I wanted to look out for her. Yes, I wanted to make sure that she was good. But am I going to help you more than I'm helping myself? Am I going to allow you to have more power over me or have more access to my things and not protect and safeguard myself. Like I knew what you was about when I still allowed you in my vicinity. Your actions showed me who you were. I chose to give you the benefit of the doubt. But me giving you the benefit of the doubt is me giving you the benefit of my doubt, which means I'm doubting myself. Am I going to live in my doubt? Am I going to doubt me? What I saw, what I felt, what I know? No. No. You showed me. So let me honor that. Let me honor what my spirit, my energy picked up. Let me honor what my damn eyes saw. Let me honor that. Let me stand true in that, okay? That's how you moving? Okay, I see how you moving. Let me move myself away from that. I don't need to be involved with that. I wish you the best love, light, love, and positive energy. I pray that everything work out for you. However, you and I are no longer yoked. We are no longer evenly yoked. We are no longer on the same energetic vibrational frequency. We no longer mesh. I'm not that type of individual, and I choose not to have that type of energetic exchange. Therefore, I will remove myself to protect my own personal energy. And I wish you light, love, and positive energy. And I believe Kevin Gates said something in regards to that in one of his videos, and it was beautiful. He said it so eloquently, and it was beautiful how he stated it. And now I can't quote the man, but it was definitely along those lines. And so it's just like, I learned my lesson in that regard. But the lesson that I had to learn last night in regards to this other person, this other being, was understanding and knowing what caused us to be connected in the first place. And sometimes we are connected to people and we don't even know how we connected to them. Why am I connected to her? Why does she keep coming up in my mind? Even though I don't even talk to this girl. I ain't seen this girl in about 8 years, 7, 8 years. Probably less than that. I might be exaggerating. But still, I don't talk to this girl. I don't know this girl. I ain't got the girl phone up and there, but she keep popping up in my shit. Why you in my energy? Why you thinking about me? Why you worried about me? Right? And so, I'm like, I don't want to be attached to her no more. I don't want this girl in my energy. I don't want this girl having space in my mind. What is connecting us together? Why she keep popping up? And I told my son, on site. I'm sparking on site because that's where I'm at with it. So I say, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to spark. Bro, I just broke my bracelet. I don't want to spark her on site. I want to release that. I want to transmute that. What is it that is connecting me to her? And it took me to that experience. She and I were sitting and we were having a conversation. And where we first connected and really vibed out and had a real heart-to-heart was in regards to the relationship that we had with our parents, with our dads. She and I both connected and vibed on the frequency in that we didn't have good relationships with our fathers. And so that's where we bonded. It was a trauma bond. We bonded because we both experienced similar traumas. And, I have chose to heal my trauma, yet I'm still talking about on site. So I'm like, clearly, I didn't release that trauma bond properly because, oh wow, that shocked me. I shouldn't be still saying on site. You feel me? I should be saying, well, I hope she alright. Right? I pray for her. I wish her light, love, and positive energy. That's what I should be saying to her, not thinking or saying on site. I should be thinking something different. And so I had to sit and I had to think about why are we even still connected? What is connecting us? What bond or what energetic tie has this young lady or this individual still in my energy? And it took me back to that moment. My mind took me back to that moment where we sat. Thank you, baby. And we sat and we talked and we poured our hearts out to each other about, growing up and what we experienced growing up in regards to our relationships with our dad or in the relationships with the absenteeism of our dad. Our dads or fathers. And so, I'm like, oh, wow. Now I understand why you're treating me like this. Because I forgave my father. Even though I don't know that man, I never met him, don't have no relationship with him, couldn't tell you if what he looked like or nothing. I forgive you for not being here. I don't know what the circumstances were to cause you not to be here. However, I forgive you. And I forgive myself for feeling how I felt because you were not here. And I forgive myself for making the decisions and choices I chose to make because I didn't have the relationship that I wanted to have or I felt as though I needed to have with you. I forgive myself for falling short in that regard. And I accept the fact that you were not here. And because you were not here, I am who I am. So thank you for your absenteeism because it made me who I am. I'm no less of a person because you were not here or because you were not prevalent or because, you were not existing in my life. I'm a beautiful queen. And so I don't walk around hating a man that I didn't get to meet. I don't know you. So as a teen and as a young adult when I was younger, I had hella anger, animosity, anger, you name it. Like, fuck that nigga. Yeah, I felt some kind of way about it. Growing up, when you were a young lady, you weren't your father, you don't got no father, you don't have no father figure, you do feel some kind of way about it. However, as I've grown up, I've evolved and I've changed and I understand and realize that people go through their situations in their lives and they gotta learn. Like, none of us perfect. We all make mistakes. We all go through shit and we experience things. So it's like, okay, my mom's situation, her journey was her journey. I had to forgive her. I forgave her for making a decision. Look, I don't know what you was dealing with. I don't know what your circumstances. I'm not you. I'm not you. So I don't know. So I got to forgive you for that. I forgive you for being who you thought you was at the time. You thought you was doing the right thing. I forgive you. You didn't know. You didn't know any better. I forgive you for your ignorance or lack thereof. Your lack of knowledge. I forgive you. And so all these years, I ain't walking around mad. And I'm trying to figure out why this girl mad at me. Why this girl, fucking with me. Like, why she keep picking with me? Like, why you keep popping up in my energy? Why you keep doing shit to me? Like, what's your problem? Leave me alone. I don't even talk to you. I don't even vibe with you. I don't even mess with you. But why you keep messing with my energy? Why you keep playing in my energy? Like, why you keep, And I'm like, okay. And it took me to that moment. I'm like, okay, you mad because I've made peace with my situation. I've healed that trauma within me in regards to relation to my father, and you have not. Therefore, you've become envious of the fact that I have chose to not allow this detriment to hinder me. I chose to allow this detriment to strengthen me and allow me to move forward, whereas though you have allowed it to affect you in the sense that you've become an alcoholic. You drown your pain. You drown your energy. You drown your emotions with liquid courage and drugs. And a lot of people do this. A lot of people, excuse me, it's cold, my nose running. A lot of people drown their pains and their sorrows or their everyday situations. We drown it with vices. Be it a video game, be it Netflix and chilling, be it sexual intercourse, be it, scrolling on your phone. We all have vices. And so we use and take these vices and put these vices in place of things to distract us so we don't have to feel. So we don't have to pay attention to what's hurting us, or we don't have to pay attention to what's griping us or what's irritating us. Whereas if we were able to, cancel out the distractions and actually just sit down and be still and just feel our feelings. Cry. Crying is releasing energy. It's an energetic release. It cleanses your soul. Tears cleanse your soul. Like the song is just like the waters. I ain't felt this way in years. That was Lauryn Hill, I believe she sung that. But waters that she's singing about is crying. Sometimes we don't want to cry. We don't want to be vulnerable. How about that? A lot of us don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to feel our feelings. We don't want to show our feelings or showcase our feelings. We don't want other people to feel our feelings or see that we have a soft spot. People think that vulnerability is weakness. Vulnerability is strength. It takes strength to stand in your vulnerability. It takes strength to stand in your truth and stand in your feelings and say, I am sad, I am unhappy, I am angry, I am agitated, I am irritated, I am annoyed, I am hurt by what happened to me. I don't want to feel this anymore. Feel it so you can release it, honor it, acknowledge it, and own your shit. Owning your emotions, owning your actions, owning your behavior, owning your feelings is you standing in your power. You are taking your power back. Oh, I fucked up. Yes, I did. I sure did make that decision. It wasn't the best decision at the time, but yes, I did make it. And now I know better not to make that decision and choice no more. I'm standing in my power. Yeah, I said on site, I did. I said I was going to fuck her up on site. I did. It was not the best energy or mindset to have. I apologize. I'm taking ownership of my shit. I'm not giving away to someone else. I'm not allowing someone else to rent space in my head anymore. And so it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with because we all experience a lot of different things that cause us to feel, come on, baby. It's cold. Right. Oh, I probably gotta talk to my baby. We went on a little nature walk to the park, so I'm on my way back to the house. It's cold outside. I can't deal with the cold. I like heat. I don't like being cold. But again, I digress. You have to learn to address everything that hurts you. Address everything that causes you pain. Even your happiness. And that's what I'm learning right now. I'm happy for the first time in a long ass time. I'm happy. So it's like, it's weird to me because I'm used to being in survival mode. I'm used to, having to be strong and, not let people see me be weak or not let people see me be emotional. And for the first time, I'm happy. So I'm learning like, that shit hurt my feelings. It made me feel some kind of way. I cried. I'm talking about it now. Instead of just, I ain't going to let you see me sweat. No, nigga, you hurt my feelings. I'm saying. I ain't giving you power over me. That's me taking power over myself. I'm owning what the fuck I'm feeling. These my feelings. I'm not going to give you my control of my feelings. Control of my feelings or my emotions. These mine. These my feelings. These my emotions. You made me feel this kind of way. And I don't like that you made me feel this kind of way. Now, granted, I'm going to put a boundary in place. And that boundary is saying, hey, look, you did this. I don't appreciate that you did this. When you do this, this is how it makes me feel. And if you continue to do this, I'll have to remove my energy from you. I'll have to no longer interact with you. Or I'll have to set this particular boundary. Whatever the boundary need to be, put it in place and stick to it. Don't falter and be on some bullshit and be like, all right, I'm going to take you back. And that's what happens a lot of times with, especially females in our relationships. We take these men back. They do stupid shit all the time. But people do to you what you allow. And it's not just men. It be women too. People do to you what you allow them to do to you. And if you don't stand up for yourself, you don't tell people, hey, don't do that, or hey, I don't appreciate this, and you don't make any changes, you still keep moving, and you don't be like, look, I'm going to have to move myself away from you, or I'm going to have to stop talking to you, or whatever the case may be, you setting yourself up. Yo. Like, you setting yourself up for whatever it is you're setting yourself up for, you feel me? Like, you putting yourself in a situation to have to deal with shit that you don't got to deal with anymore. Because once a person show you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou said that shit. Dead serious. when someone shows you who they are, believe them. We be in denial. Oh, they ain't mean that. Oh, they don't. No. They showed you what the fuck they was doing, what they was doing. Now, whether they were conscious aware of what they was doing and why they was doing it, that's a different story. But people show you who they are, so you gotta believe them. And the thing is, in believing them, you gotta help them heal too. You gotta help them learn how to transmute energy too. And in doing so, that means, okay, you hurt me, this is what you did to cause me to hurt. Now, I don't know why you did these things or why you behave the way you behave. However, this is what you do, and I'm gonna make the suggestion that, going forward, if you don't know what to do, ask me, say something to me. Communicate. Communication is key. Communication is key to healing. Even if the person is dead and gone and you can't talk to them in their face no more, you can still say it out loud. You can write them a letter and say, look, this is what you did that made me feel whatever. I wish that I had the courage to say what I needed to say to you, but I'm going to say it right here, right now in this letter. There's always ways to go about forgiving someone and letting whatever it is they did to you go so that you can move forward. The whole point of being here on this planet is to learn to transmute your energy, to control your energy, control your feelings, control your emotions, control your mindset, control your body, control your thoughts. We are learning how to control ourselves so that you can come back to you. You can be true to you. You can honor you. You can respect you. You can ground yourself within yourself. And that's important because I don't want to be something I'm not. I don't want to walk around like I'm Beyonce and them. I ain't no fucking Beyonce. Shit. I'm Cynthia. What the fuck? I want to be me. I don't want to be nobody else other than me. I want to be who God created me to be. I want to be the beautiful, bright being that He ordained me to be. As the Bible and the scriptures say, I knew you as you was in the womb. Okay, show me who I am. I want to be who you told me I was supposed to be. Who you made, whatever mold, like they say you broke the mold. You broke the mold when you made me, baby. Show me what you put in this mold. What did you pour in to me to make me me? Help me understand it. Help me embrace it. Help me honor it. How am I not doing that? What do I need to do so that I can do that? What do I need to change so that I can be who you called me to be? Like, you gotta learn to forgive. You gotta learn how to let things go. Transmuting energy means to let shit go. You gotta look at your negatives and find the positive in it. You don't focus on the negative, you focus on the positive. Yeah, I had a lot of fucked up shit happen to me growing up. Molestation, you know what I'm saying? I got raped, got beat up, I got hella shit happen to me. But I don't look like the shit I've been through. I've been homeless 6 times. I've had niggas rob me, steal from me, all kinds of shit, you name it. It didn't happen. You feel me? It didn't happen to me. And just because it happened to me don't mean that I have to be a bitch. I had to learn to forgive the people that hurt me. Understanding and knowing that they experienced something too to cause them to be the way that they are. They went through something too to cause them, or that stemmed to them doing what they did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they did those things does not mean they was right. No, it doesn't make it right. But I'm a firm believer that everything happens to you for a reason. And so my thing is, what's the lesson I'm supposed to learn in this? How can I find it in my heart to give compassion? And I promise you, the shit ain't easy. I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. And that's where a lot of us give up, because we want shit to be easy, and we want shit to be quick, and we want shit to be, instant. This ain't no fucking instant noodles type shit. Some of this stuff takes time. Some of this stuff takes, effort. You have to actually apply effort. You can't expect things to happen overnight. You can't expect this. You can't just get on this healing journey and say, oh, I'm healed. No! No, you gotta look at the parts of you that you don't want nobody to see. You gotta dig deep and allow the things that come to the surface the things that irritate you, frustrate you, gripe you, the things you don't like about yourself, you got to start asking the questions. Why don't I like this? Why don't I like these things about me? Or what makes me irritated? Why am I irritated at this particular thing? What is it about this particular situation that causes me to feel this kind of way? Okay, all right, now once it come up, okay, what can I do differently so that I don't feel this anymore? And not that I want to ignore the feeling. I want to know how not to have to feel this way anymore when this situation happens to me. I want to know how I can feel differently the next time this happens, the next time this rises up. I want to know how I can react and respond differently in a way that is going to be beneficial to me. You know what I mean? Everything should be a benefit to you. Nothing should be a detriment. And if it's a detriment, you got to figure out why is it a detriment? What is causing it to be a detriment? What do I need to do to make it a non-detriment? And a lot of it has to do with accountability. A lot of us are real quick to put the blame on somebody else. Well, she did this and he did that to me, or whatever. Okay, but what did you do? What was my part in the situation? So I can take ownership of my part too and recognize, oh, hey, Poochie. Recognize where I was wrong, or recognize my part in the situation so I can hold myself accountable for my part in the situation. And a lot of times people don't like to take accountability. You tell somebody they did something to you, they're like, ah, but you did this to me. Okay, but I'm not talking about what I did to you. I did do that. Yes, I did. But we're talking about what you did to me. You did this to me, and this is how I reacted and responded. Or I did this to you, and this is how you reacted and responded. I apologize for my part in the situation. What are you going to do? You going to apologize to me? Or you going to take ownership, or you going to be in denial? Because a lot of them are like, I ain't do that. Kids do that shit. I ain't do that. That wasn't me. Well, he said something to me first. So what? What are you doing? I'm talking to you. What was your part? You know what I'm saying? How are you being accountable for you in a situation? And a lot of that transmuting your energy, meaning you have to be accountable for you. You are the person that's in control and in charge of your healing, not anybody else. So I pray that this message reaches whoever it reaches in the time that it reaches them. I pray that it's prevalent. I pray that, you understand, and, you gotta leave a comment. We can talk. I'm cool with it. I wish light, love, and positive energy for all those who come across my page. I say amen, amen.